I got it.
Thank you. Okay. I almost left the meeting. All right. Thank you all for joining. It's so good to see you. I see a lot of faces here I haven't seen in a while. So it's really, really good to see you and have you. And I see some cross team on here. So tonight we are going to talk about our markets and our warm markets and our cold markets and hot markets and all of that. Before we do, who has got their pear and cranberry? Just came in. All right. So we're gonna have a trim sticks. Who who wins for who's like loving pear? Who votes pear? Who's the cranberry? You like both. Okay.
Ah,
So Sydney is really hard. Like she doesn't like anything but like pink lemonade trim sticks. Pear, she loves it. I even videoed her. I didn't go live because I was like, God help me, she's gonna ruin it for us. And I got a little clip of her, and she was like, it tastes like a Jolly Rancher, an apple Jolly Rancher, but it's like that stevia, organic stevia. So that's really cool. The cranberry, we all feel like it's like a very light, but like kind of like a cherry almost. Does not taste good with vodka, I will tell you that. So there is that. This little wallet that it came with, though, I wish they would have said it was a pill organizer in the description, but it has 7 days of these little things in here. I do like the cranberry, though, just so you know, I do love it. And this little wallet was worth everything. I am keeping these for myself because they're very so. Sydney's approval on pear. I'm just saying, so good. All right, so let's go in. I'm gonna just mute here a little. Can I mute? You might have to, Leslie, if you're the host.
Want me to
But
mute you?
if everybody can mute, that's come on. Okay.
I can
So
mute.
I'm really going to be quick. And then Dawn is going to come in and talk about the 12 days of Christmas and how she's promoting it. I will tell you, her and Amy Kimbley, and actually Leslie, a lot of us, Elsa, I can tell who is, it seems that maybe you are doing some promoting of it because you are having a lot of people comment, participate, invite in, and so it's remarkable. Good job. It's so fun. We haven't had this much activity in a long time. And it just goes to show that people want still what we have, and we know that because people are still buying. And that leads me to the fact that how I feel about warm markets, cold markets, hot markets. I feel nothing about any of those terms because if you are working your business and you are showing up as a person that loves and serves your people, no matter what you show up, you will never lose a warm market ever. You never will. You will always have one. That's the beauty of it. Now, I think we give those terms because when we come right in, everything's hot. We've never touched it. Like, so you're like, everything you touch is like fire and gold and it explodes. And sometimes that is the curse of coming in hot and exploding because you don't know what it's like to build steady and do it. Not that that's a bad thing, but you don't know what it's like to go through the highs and lows of building your business. So there's a lot of people that have come in super hot and then when it's not hot, we don't know what to do with it. It becomes not fun, some work, a lot of work, and then we're like, forget this. But the truth is, in this business is like anything else, you have to clock in for it to happen. And you will notice if you really are if you really go back and you see the times in your Xyngular business or anything in life when you've showed up for it, you've clocked in, you've walked through the door, you have created some serious traction, right? When you stop doing the little things kind of dwindle and then we don't see the result and it's not fun and it's work. But so that's kind of the thing. We are self-employed here and it is so easy. I get it to get tired and to get frustrated and to get all of those things. I get it. Trust me. But the way I built this, and this just will lead me into my story, I built this with 2 babies, y'all. Like for 4 years, I had a 4-month-old and a 4-year-old, and I was working full time in my late 30s. My job was not a clock in, clock out. My job was salary. I was in charge as a medical marketer for a large radiology practice. I was in my car 120 miles a day, a lot of time in and out of my car, in and out of doctor's offices, in and out of luncheons. I had my babies, I dropped them, I nursed my son at 3 a.m. in the morning so I could take a shower, get him to work or get him down so that I could be at work by 5 a.m. I got off at 3, got home and got my kids from wherever they were at. My son, Madden, was preterm, so I had him with family as much as I could. And then Sydney was at daycare. And so I had 2 places. Sometimes I had to drive when I got off work, I had to drive 45 minutes to go get Madden from my sister in law's, come back, go get Sydney from the daycare, bring them home, cook dinner, do laundry. I was breastfeeding still at the time too. And I did not leave my work. I still had to bring my work home. Plus, I had 2 other businesses, retail and merchant services. So when people talk about like if I had more time, the thing is if you don't do the little things in the little time you have, when you have more time, you won't do the little things in all the time you have in the world, right? Who can attest to that? You've maybe left or you've had more time. You've left your job and you've had more time, but you haven't done the little things in the little time you had, right? So it's the same thing. That is how I built this business. So how did I do it? I don't know because we didn't have boards. We didn't have chats. We did not have a results page until 2015. I started this in 2011. So I didn't even have a drip system to do this. So if you're not utilizing our results page, you need to be, that is your gold. But I had to literally get on the phone and do 3-way calls. I don't know how I did it because I had a baby, remember, 4 months to, this whole thing, Sydney, toddler, running all over the place, working. I had to literally do this in the nooks and the crannies of my job. I remember the times that I did calls was to and from, well, not to, because that was at 5 a.m. in the morning, but was home from work is when I would schedule my 3-way calls. And I would be off the phone the minute I parked and went into my house. I did them at lunch. There were times I utilized Tammy so much. She was my partner in crime and probably still why she is in every single coaching chat I have. Terry will attest to you too. Terry Bryant, she is a silver executive with this company. I'm an executive with this company. We both still have Tammy in our chats. Guess who Tammy Castronovo, a gold executive, 13 years into this, still has in her chats? Terry and I, we split them because Tammy's upline probably doesn't even know how to set up a chat. No, they might, but so the point in that is I still leverage chats. I had Tammy from the very beginning. Actually, no, I just lied. I didn't have Tammy in the first year I did at the beginning, but everybody said no. So I learned my lesson not to ask them and just put them in chats after about a year when I realized that I was losing all of my people. I was losing track of them because I was so dang busy with my other job and my family and my two other businesses. I didn't have time to kind of like maintain. So I leverage still to this day my chats. The minute I sign somebody up, they go into a chat with Tammy. The minute. I do not wait because I will forget and they will fall through the cracks. So everybody gets in a chat right away the minute they sign up. I need to be better about this, but the minute they don't say yes, I need to get them into a chat to have a third party validation. It will not be you or me one on one with somebody. If they don't say yes right away, that's going to throw them over the edge. It's going to be a third party validation, and that's just biblical, right? So, anyways, that is how I have worked it in the nooks and crannies with not having any time. Now, getting back to from my story, I just wanted to remind people of my story because I think I think we forget, and I do too, how I built this with those babies and working full time and do businesses. So really that leverage, that third party, but also getting back to your warm market and all of that and how to keep it fresh still 12 years later. And I will go back is it's been building value from the beginning. It's been leveraging a team from the very beginning. It's been beyond the sale. I've showed up no matter what. I did not have a straight shot to the top. So this is why when I look back and I see people that have like shot up, I worry, are they going to be able to weather the ups and downs of this business? Because it really waxes and wanes on if you're showing up consistently, if you're building value, if you're beyond the sale, and then referrals. So I've really built on referrals as well because it is very 1 out of 10, I would say, probably show up every day. And when you show up every day, guess what? It builds momentum. It builds credibility. It helps people see that you're in it, whether there's a sale involved or not. And so my cold, how I take my cold and convert it to warm. So that was my hot market, right? I had everybody, nobody had heard about it, so it was hot. We touched everybody. And then I'm going to flip to the cold is when you show up, right? You show up unconditionally, those people become your warm market real quick and they stay in your warm market. So your warm market is huge. I still have people in my warm market from 12 years ago. It's going to be 12 or 13 years. Oh my gosh, 2011. It's going to be 13 years in February. So I still follow up on everyone. I am still, and I use Teamsy. So that is what I do. You can use paper and pen. I used paper and pen forever, and I still actually flip to that now on some things that are really hot. I want to keep it on that. But also, because people come and go, people quit, people stop doing their business, I am the next person, right? So that is referrals. I have had a lot of people who have come to me and literally said, because I have not been the one that has signed them up, but I've still coached them and I love them, even though they haven't ordered in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. But I've checked in with them and I've built a relationship with them and they know that they can come to me. And then they have recently become a new member. So that is basically it. The moving cold market, how I'm building cold market to warm market is IPAs. It's the little things, doing the little things in the little time that you have that leads to big things in the future. And what I want to talk, like I've been reading, if you have not read this book, Acres of Diamonds, it is a really, really good book. It's Jentizen Franklin. It's faith-based, so it's based on um, biblical law and everything. But it is talking about doing everything that you do, even in the small places of your life, that if you do it with an excellent spirit, whatever you do, and you do it well, and you have a good attitude, like God's going to give you more. He gives you, and I look at this in my Xyngular history. I look at back and I go, you weren't ready for it. You weren't ready for it. And truly right now, I don't know that I am, well, I think I might be ready for a silver executive, but I look at the times where I maybe hit and I'm like, and I've lost it because there was something for me to learn in that time. It's that whole, if you're entrusted with much, you're kind of like, can you handle it? And if you're not handling it, you're not servicing those people, that's what when attrition happens and things kind of fall away. And so that's kind of the blessing and curse of going fast, is that it's really hard to keep up with all of that because only one person can do so much. So that's where leveraging the team is so huge, leveraging people and connecting them and empowering them to do what you do so that you can handle a director team, a silver director team, a platinum director team, an executive team, because I will tell you, we all want it, right, Leslie? We want an executive team, but if you're doing it all yourself, there is no way in hell that you can manage that. You can't. I couldn't even manage working a gold manager line on my own. I've tried to do it and I've just been like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. So you have to, at every level, you're going to learn how to build smarter, learn to really empower your people so that they can manage it, so that you can manage an executive team that it will sustain the times. I love a couple of these inserts here, and I would love to read the whole freaking book to you, but I can't. But the whole thing is just that premise that if whatever you do in the small things, do it well, because God will give you more. As you do and are entrusted with that, He will give you more. And your spirit about it, right? Like our attitude about it. If we're like, gruntling through the whole thing, it really can lead to some like corruption in it all, right? God's like, you are not ready for this. You are not ready. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about that. Like I said, I could really go into a lot of this. This is going to sum up this book kind of where we're at, but it seems like, and I don't think this is current. This has just been, right? Our current philosophy, our workplace philosophy in the United States is wanting maximum reward. And I think that's what we want in network marketing, in these direct sales. We want maximum reward for the minimum effort. So the difference between successful person and an average person is 3 words: and then some. Everything I do has been and then some, not the minimal, not the if only, not the conditional, but the I will give you and then some every time. And that has been with prospects, customers, referrals. Go the extra mile, and you will, that that effort, that light will shine and people will just come to you. They will come back to you. They will re-sign up. So how do I get people constantly signing up? Again, it is prospects. I have relentless in your follow-up. It is no matter what, unconditional showing up, and even with my customers, giving them value beyond the sale, whether they're purchasing or not. So seriously, have had people who just who haven't bought anything in like 10 months, but I'm still answering their questions. I'm still showing up for them. And then those people that people have quit. People are half-assing it or not even showing up. They're going to go to the people right above you that are. Because people these days want service. They want someone committed. And do you blame them? I cannot stand when people come to me just for, they don't show up at all, but then they'll blow out a sale. And I'm like, I don't like that. It drives me nuts. I want you to show up as a person, just a person. I want to know that you're there. I want to know that you're there beyond the sale. I want to know you're going to give me service, even if I'm buying something. I want to know you care. I want to know you're praying for me. And then sometimes, or a lot of times, we want everyone else to do everything, but we're not willing to do it ourselves. I am willing to do it myself. I am willing to be that person that is there unconditionally. So, that I'm going to answer some questions, and I am trying to get the question up here, but I cannot see any for some reason. Does anybody see them and want to ask them or tell me what they say? I don't know why my
Okay, so
Oh wait, there. Explain how you follow up.
there you go. Yes.
Okay. No, is absolutely not about the business. No. My follow-up is going to be what's in boards. So when for a prospect, if they have, I've gone through everything, the info chat, and they have not responded, I go straight to, and I use Teamsy to track this, but you can track it on a calendar. I go straight to my follow-up board. I think that is, I'm just gonna look and see. Oh no, it wants me to secure my account. Okay, I'm not doing that. I think it's on the very front main page and it says follow-ups. I go to my follow-ups and I follow that time frame. 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. And if you notice on those follow-ups, they are not business, 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 business on all of that. It does go from business to personal, business to personal, unless there's a promo. And I follow that. And then I'm not just a robot in that process. I will, I will go and look on their page, like, is something wrong? Did somebody pass away? Is somebody sick? Before I go blow and go on a business follow-up. And I do stick to that schedule religiously, whether they respond to me or not. This is a great example, literally just before this, I had a lady I met on one of my local Facebook pages, and she said she was interested because there was somebody that made a post about Ozempic. And she commented about it. She had horrible stomach issues. Like this post was flooded with people who had horrible, like horrible side effects. There were a couple people that said it was great and they did great, no problems. But everybody was like, oh my God, oh my God. So everybody gut issues beyond. This lady, she was like, I said, I found a way to help you help you naturally do what this shot does. And I had like 3 or 4 people respond. This one, Lily, she responded, I want info. So I was in a chat with her. She never responded back. Well, her response were the thumbs up, which I love. You know, I love that one. And that's pretty much it. I invited her. She lives in Georgetown. I invited her to my party, my launch that I did. I invited her to my Facebook party that I did following my launch. She has not responded. She's given me the thumbs up. She just messaged me today. I can't find right now. I can't find your group. I said, which one? Is it for the free giveaways or the launch? I said, you know what? I'll just invite you to both. So I do not stop when people ignore me, because I ignore people. I ignore people when I'm still interested because I haven't had time, or maybe I forgot to like respond back to them. I will tell somebody that I'm not interested, that I'm not interested. I won't just ignore them because they annoy me and I'll be like, I'm just not interested. But the people that just silence me, they're like me. They don't have time, they forgot to respond, they're still interested, it's just not the right time, and I'm still there. So those are some things to just kind of think about when you're doing divorce, marry the process, divorce the outcome. Period. No, I have no feelings towards anyone if they don't respond to me or not anymore. I used to maybe say some choice words in my head, but I no longer have any, just because I've had 12 years of the responses. I no longer have any feelings attached to somebody's response or non-response. So I'd rather annoy the shit out of them and have them just like remove me, block me, or whatever, and that doesn't bother me even anymore. Any other questions? And then Dawn has been doing fantastic, and Amy Kimbley. Elsa, your team has been doing great too. Leslie, oh my gosh, awesome response so far. Tammy, Glocky, your team's starting to really engage. And Terry, I'm sure you've been seeing our results page is on fire. And these ladies, and especially Dawn, I've just noticed you really like having a ton of people that are not signed up, but coming into that group, and they are inviting like crazy. So Dawn, if there aren't any more questions about warm market, I would love to flip to Dawn and give you some minutes to talk about that. And you can always post your questions and I can get them later so we can keep this going.
Well, if you're not utilizing the 12 days of Christmas, y'all are missing out. I'm just telling you. There's not any catches to the giveaways. I mean, it's simple tasks. Today was the hardest one. It was invite 20 people, and the prizes are amazing. So I've been posting it on my personal wall, and that's where I've been getting the hits off of. I take a picture of what we're giving away for the day. I make all the coaches take a picture of what they've got and what they're giving away, even though they've done the live, and I'm posting it. I'm posting it in my stories, and I'm posting it on my business page and on my personal wall. And y'all can look at the one from yesterday. I think there's like 90 comments. And I went in there today and freshened it back up and put today's picture in there. And I said, if you missed out on yesterday's, I said, here's today's. And then I made a post earlier, and I think Leslie might have caught on to it. I said I forgot to post it earlier, and I didn't. I just trying to beat the algorithms. So not trying to, hit those keywords or whatever and making it personable. So the pictures of these giveaways are going to get you seen because it's outside the algorithms right now. They don't understand it. So anyways, all I'm doing is posting that, and I've got tons of people that are wanting in, and I go in and make sure that they're in the group. And I will say something. This is a disclaimer because we've got mutual friends on here. Even if somebody else has invited them to the group, I still tag them in that post. I don't get anything off of this. This is just getting them into free drawings. So it's not like I'm stealing anybody. But so I am doing that. I make sure that they are in the testimonial group. I write them down. I've got a list. It's over there on the sofa. I've got a list of everybody that's asked to get in there. I go in and I check to see if they're in the group. If they're not, I put invite next to them. I go in and automatically invite them to the testimonial group. And on the ones that are already in that group, I will go in and I will tag them in the daily task or the opening video that I did. And I'm tagging them in those posts. The ones that are not in the group, after I've invited them, I go in and I give them a little spill that, hey, I invited you to the group. Thanks for your interest. Accept the invite to this group, and I'm putting the link to the Power to Change in there. But that's after I've already invited them, and that way they're in under my name and not just joining. Which I did have a girl that evidently deleted the invite and she requested to join today, so that's one that we'll have to deal with. Facebook wants you to interact with every comment. So I go back in and I interact with all of them. Hey, I tagged you in this. Go look at the group I just tagged you in, and I'm changing the verbiage so it's not spam on my comments. It's just not a copy and paste. So I mean, that's basically what I'm doing. And it's, I mean, y'all can go look at my posts, they're blowing up. I mean, they're
Okay.
absolutely blowing up.
Dawn, I took your advice. I just posted this an hour ago, and I don't know. I've got I have new people saying, me, please, me, please. I
Right.
don't even know who they are. So
Right.
I'm going to go in and respond and do your process. I highly, highly recommend that y'all do this.
Yep. And what I'm doing is on my list, a lot of them are already prospects. Okay. A lot of them are already prospects and they're customers, and that's fine. The ones that are not, I am making a star by their name on my list, and I will put them in my prospect list. And then I will follow up with them and just create a conversation. What drew you to this? We haven't talked about Xyngular before. I don't have any scripts for anything other than the one post that says, hey, you wanted information on the giveaways, and here's a link to the group, accept my invite. That's the only way that I've got. That's the only way that's the only one I've got. So Stephanie, you just asked, where do we find the pictures? Tomorrow's giveaway. Tomorrow is my day, and I'll be glad to share that with everybody. I've already taken a picture of it. And I will try to get I'll try to get all of our pictures ahead of time. As the admin, there's several of us here that are admins in the 12 days of Christmas. And I'll try to get them to post those pictures a day beforehand. So anyways, that's it. I mean, and it's just tracking. It's just tracking, and I'm not using a copy and paste other than those couple people that may not be in the group. So that's basically what I'm doing.
Dawn, are you putting it on your wall and story?
Yep.
Both? Okay, thank you. And I like the idea of getting the picture the day before so that we can utilize that so people can see what the gift is going to be.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I would just go to Dawn's page and look to see what she did. And then, do your own little, you'll see it's not salesy, which I love. I don't do well with sales pitches. So I love how she did it. And I just did a little spin on it so that it's not copy and paste, because then Facebook will catch on that we're all doing the thing. So you want to switch it up. But she did a great job. Great job. And I want to shout out real quick. It is no small, we are on the computer constantly. I have been literally on the computer looking and proving. So I want to shout out our admins for all the work that you do. And we even had someone in there that I think was like a spam. And got rid of those. But It's a lot of work. So just know we have your back. We have noticed some like a couple like cross from page to page. So we're all working together to make sure that we are on that and that people's people go to their people. So I want you to know that. And it's been really an amazing, Terry, would you agree? It's been really incredible to work with each page, because everybody, all the leaders kind of have their own pages, and working with them and all of us kind of getting to know who belongs in, if we've only had one real lady that was in all of ours that decided she wanted to get into every single drawing on every page. But we knew right where she needed to go, and we got her back there. So, but our eyes are on it. It is not a free for all. So I want to thank Tammy Glowacki and Leslie Olau and Dawn Abbott for just spending your days doing that. It's a lot. Anybody else have any questions? Oh, Terry said we had 277 on tonight's drawing. And you think,
Wow.
I thought people, I'm like, people aren't adding anymore. Like anytime we've ever done this, they're stopped adding. It's not working anymore. No, it is working. It just goes to show that when you give value and you give people something beyond the sale, it will go so far. It goes so far.
And also another tip, Amy Kimbley is she is going into all of her coaching chats, and she's getting her girls in there. Tammy Glowacki's in one of those chats, so she saw it too. But she's gone in and has mentioned that in all of her coaching chats too. So super proud of her, and she's tagging her friends that have accepted invites, and she's tagging them in there. So she's having, one-on-one conversations like, hey, here's some, here's today's, post 2 and stuff like that. So the tagging method is really working, and I really think this is going to boost our algorithms up. I mean, the Grinch predictive text thing that I did that first night and threw it on everybody, I think we had like 80 people in that one, between the 4 groups. So it's just a lot of buzz, a lot of activity. And I think this is, if we just keep the momentum up in our testimonial groups, it's going to be huge come January, February, March during our busy time. So
Can I share something, ladies?
absolutely.
What I'm
Please.
noticing in being in the various groups is some people we need to instruct or teach because they're tagging their people, but they're not in the group yet. And I think Dawn made that comment too. We just need to teach them that they're not seeing it if you don't invite them.
Yeah, and that's weird is you go to tag somebody and it brings their name up, but when you hit the enter button, I've even done it, and that's what that one that I was just talking about, Donna Jones, she wanted in on the drawings, and I went to tag her and it tagged her, but then when I went back and looked at it, it was gray. So I went back and said, hey, you're not in it, and she said, well, I thought I hit send, but she might have accidentally hit delete. And so anyway, she had the link to the group, so she just requested to join. But so yeah, just going back and commenting and letting people know that they're not in the group. I think that's huge. I did that with a couple of my girls today too, like Terry said. So
I think too, real quick, is let's all make sure that we're going into all the groups. Let's go in and comment on everyone, because that's going to boost the algorithms too. So it doesn't matter if it's in Power to Change or if you guys are in the other groups. Let's make sure that we're constantly commenting. And it doesn't even have to be on the giveaways. I think that we've talked about all of the different posts. We've got to keep that algorithm up. We've got to make some comments and that sort of thing in each of our testimony groups. So it's crazy. Yeah, I know I looked there earlier and I think there was 300 and some invites sitting there for all of us to run through. So, when you have people, putting 40 to, how many did that one girl put in, Dawn? 400 or something like that.
You put over 300 people in. We had 600 something invites at one time today.
Yeah. And I've had 308 and 262 and like it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot going in there.
Yeah.
So y'all are doing good. And here's the thing. You do not want to post and pray. Like you do not post in your groups and pray someone sees it. You cannot, this business is not posting and praying. It is one-on-one intentional. Like you'll see me post, but don't think for a minute I am sitting there and posting and just doing everything out. Like I am in my chats following up or doing a personal invite. People are not going to see your stuff. You have to be one-on-one. It does not take a long time to go through your prospects and send them a message about this. So especially if you're newer or you've only had 10, not only, but you have 10 clients or customers or whatever it is, go in personally, message them, invite them, make it personal. Don't share. You don't want to share posts and links. When you share, they're probably not going to see wherever you're sharing from because they're not a part of that page or they're not friends with you. So that you don't want to share. You want to make fresh posts and you want it to be your own, but then you want to follow up and go direct one-on-one. I will not even pay attention to people. Sorry, I don't pay attention to people who share or I just don't. I have sales resistance like none other. I can smell you a mile away. So you share something or you share something to me from a message to another message. If I see that forwarded, I'm like, nope, sorry, I won't even look at it. Because I'm the ultimate, asked Tammy when she asked me if I wanted to do the business on this. I was like, no, hell no. So just know that people have sales resistance like never before, and the more personal you can be, the better. Anybody else have anything to say? I want to say congratulations to Colette has a grandbaby that was born. So yay. Yay, yay. So exciting. I think she popped off
I think
as
she
she
is.
should. As she should. But so exciting. They're just down the street from me. I'm like, I want to see that baby. And Tammy, glad you're feeling better. You look great.
She still looks a little tired to me. I was gonna say, are you doing okay, Miss Tammy? There's a smile. I'm like, oh, Tammy looks like she's tired.
I've just been busy today, just
Oh.
busy. But I've rested for over a week. I've been really, really good. But today I just did a lot of stuff. So, but I'm good. I'll get a good night's sleep.
Oh,
Thank you for asking. Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome. All
All right.
right.
Anybody have anything left or anything to add? Any questions? Sometimes I know me, I say, oh, that's great for you, but it won't work for me, or I just don't even give it headspace. And I will say that to get beyond where you want to go, give it headspace, do it. Just don't think, just do it. Get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes the comfort zone is going to pirateship.com and having your stuff picked up there. Like literally that is me. I am so stubborn and I don't give things headspace, but recently I'm like, if you get an idea in your head, God gave it to you for a reason, move, just do it. And he will take care of the details and the rest, but move. That resistance is holding you back. And once you push through it, I'm telling you, it won't always work, but move. You're nudged, move. This is the time. We're having fun. Come have fun with us. Do the 12 days of Christmas, if nothing else, but go and move right now. Make a post about, you can go to my page and look to see what I made. I said, I didn't, I don't even know what I said, but I put the picture from yesterday and today, and I'm like, whatever, we'll just do it. Dawn did it. She's got 89 comments. I'm doing it. And I've got people to respond to. So I want you to do that tonight, y'all. Like, go do it. Let's bust this out. Let's have fun. And let's just give back. Try to do things without conditions in this business and see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for
All
having
right. Let's go do it, you guys. This is exciting.
Yay.
Good
Love
night,
y'all. Thank
Bye.
you for recording it. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you.